I love the Disney sing-along series and I love Winnie the Pooh. So I was really looking forward to sing a song with Pooh Bear, but honestly, I feel like it's not very good. It's got a really good overarching narrative that I thought was a nice thing to include, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But the song selection is just not that great. There are a couple of good songs, but generally I found it to be not very fun, not very engaging. It's beautifully animated, of course. We do get all of the classic characters and the gorgeous 100-acre wood design, so that aspect works well. But the actual songs just, I'd say less than half of them I found to be entertaining. This was released originally in 1999, and the overarching theme is that Pooh Bear has lost a song. He needs to find a song. So as he travels through the 100-acre wood, often flying on his balloon, which I rather like, visiting his friends, they all give him songs and they all sing to him and try and suggest the song that he's looking for, which I thought was a fun way to tie everything together. It could have just been clip after clip after clip and it would have been, well, it would have been okay, but I think this gives it a little bit more of a layer and makes it a little bit more fascinating. With regards to the songs, as always, when I do Disney sing along songs discussions, I will go through the songs and say whether I thought they were good, whether I thought they belonged in this. That doesn't really apply to this one, because usually with the Disney sing along songs, there'll be a titular song, but actually the rest of the songs are from all different kinds of Disney films and Disney TV shows. But with this one, it's actually all from Winnie the Pooh, which I thought was quite nice. It's a little bit different. However, because they're taking all of the songs from Winnie the Pooh, that means they obviously have a smaller selection of songs than if they were looking through Disney's entire back catalogue. And I think that goes partly to explain why some of the songs are just not very good, because they just don't have that many to choose from, so there are going to be weaker links in there. So it makes sense, but it does mean that this is not as good as the sing-along songs where we have a bigger variety of films and characters. So it starts off with the classic Winnie the Pooh theme, which I absolutely love, and then we have Rumbly and My Tumbly, which is from The Honey Tree, which is a perfectly sweet song. And then we have the wonderful thing about Tiggers, which is always going to be pretty high energy, good fun, so far so good. And then we have a song called Kanga Roo Hop, and as far as I know, this was made for the purpose of this, to the best of my knowledge. I don't think it appeared in anything else. And yeah, if they're going to create new songs, that's great, but if they're going to go to the effort to create new songs, I wish they'd made more of an effort. Unless, I don't know, maybe this was designed for something else that never made the final cut, and they then just modified it for this. But if it was completely made for this, I feel like they could have made something a little bit more entertaining. But it is nice to have Kanga in there because she's often overlooked. Then we'll have Try a Little Something, which is absolutely fine. And then With a Few Good Friends, which is one that I really like. I think With a Few Good Friends is really quite delightful, and one that I will always enjoy, I think. So that's quite nice. Then we have You're the One and Only One from Welcome to Pooh Corner, which I didn't recognise. Most of these songs from other Pooh Bear films I did actually recognise, but this one I didn't remember. I don't know what that says, if it's more a case of my memory or the song itself. I'm not too sure. The floating song is obviously a lot of fun. Then we have a song called Harvest What You Grow, which is another one that I think was created for the purpose of this, and it's fine. I like Rabbit. It's not too bad. Again, I didn't love it. I didn't think it was fantastic, but it wasn't terrible. And then we have one that always creeps me out, and I rather like it. It's Heffalumps and Woozles from Blustery Day, which I just think is fabulous, and I really enjoyed that. And then we end with Nothing's Too Good for a Friend and Sing Ho from For the Life of a Bear. And there's also a song called My Song, which again is another one that I think was made for this, which, if it was, again, absolutely fine, but I didn't completely love it. So if you're a Winnie the Pooh fan, I'd say it's absolutely worth checking out. However, if you're just a casual Pooh Bear fan, I really don't think you'll find this to be as engaging as a lot of the Disney sing-along songs. I definitely don't think the selection is as good as the other sing-along songs. Again, because they're all focused on the same films or the same characters, that means the options are a little bit more limited. But at the same time, if they're going to create songs for it, I feel like they could have been a little bit better. But at the end of the day, It was half an hour or so of nothing but Winnie the Pooh and some beautiful animation. Very well animated, great narrative structure, everything's edited together really well. It's just a shame that the song selection maybe isn't as strong as I would have hoped.